Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah barakatuh. Hello Journal Club listeners. Today I'll be covering an in vitro study that compared different irrigation activation techniques, specifically the laser activation irrigation, the ARIAC system, with the sonic activation and the conventional syringe irrigation. This paper was published by the German group led by Bürklein with Edgar Schaefer and Appel. It was recently published last month in October 2023 at the International Odontics Journal under the title of The Influence of Pulse Energy, Tip Design, Insertion Depth during the ARIAC activation irrigation on cleaning efficacy in stimulated severely curved complex root canal systems. So they wanted to see if the tip design, the diameter with the shape of the tip. Here they compared the Morita system between the flat tip and the conical tip with different diameters of 40 micrometers and 20 at different insertion levels and different power settings. So what they did is they brought 20 stimulated artificial canals that were 3D printed with severely curved canals of 60 curvature and 40 millimeter in length, and they also mimicked the access cavity and fabricated a conical coronal reservoir with 6 millimeter height, and they also stimulated the lateral canals with a diameter of 0.2 millimeters at 3 different levels at 2, 5, and 8 millimeters from the apex in all 4 directions, as you can see in this picture. And they filled the models with artificial biofilm mixture, a hydrogel mixture that was colored in red. And what they did for the measurement, they had each model photographed from 2 directions with a microscope using a designed holder to ensure reproducibility of the position of the model, and the discolored areas were calculated by an examiner who was blinded to all the experimental groups. For the experimental and control groups, they included 20 artificial canals in the laser activated irrigation divided to 6 groups according to the power settings to 50, 80, 30 millijoules, and different tip diameters of 40 and 20 micrometers, either flat or conical design, and at different insertion levels at either the canal entrance or 9 millimeter before the apex. And for the control groups, they had the conventional needle irrigation and ADD-Y, which is the sonic activation using Cavo sonic system. For the outcome assessed, they calculated the percentage of the artificial biofilm removal in the entire root canal system from the main and the lateral canals also by means of standardized pictures that were made with a microscope before and after the irrigation cycles. They had the main and lateral canals outlined, and a segmentation procedure was performed to determine the artificial biofilm based on differences between the pixel numbers before and after the irrigation. Now coming to the results, the second and third group, which were powered at 50 and 80 millijoules with a flat tip design inserted at 9 millimeter before the apex, had significantly removed more artificial biofilm mixtures from all areas and sections and revealed 100% clean main canals compared to the sixth group, which was powered at 30 millijoules with a conical shaped tip design diameter of 20 microns and also inserted at 9 millimeter before the apex. And there was no significant difference between group number 6 from the laser group compared with the conventional syringe irrigation and the sonic activation. However, in the lateral canals, all groups from 1 to 6 removed significantly more artificial biofilm compared to the sonic and the conventional syringe irrigation, and in the coronal part more than the middle and apical part. So this study concluded that laser activation irrigation performed significantly better than the conventional syringe irrigation and the sonic activation in terms of the artificial biofilm mixture removal in a 3D printed severely curved resin models, and that the 2 main factors that influence the cleaning efficacy are the depth of the tip, if inserted coronal, in the coronal portion of the root canal instead of the canal entrance. And the second factor that played a significant role in the study was the tip design. If it was a large, flat-ended tip, would have a more favorable cleaning efficacy than using a conical shaped small tip diameter. And surprisingly, they used to think and believe that the pulse energy and the power setting would have a significant effect. However, in the study, had no significant difference or influence in the cleaning efficacy. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.